Alright. Put on the music. Oh no. Sorry about that. Yep. That should be about right. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to do some sketch commissions first, and then probably just some work on some stuff for the stream as well, if there's any extra time. These are just some original characters. Sorry. And here are the descriptions up here. Let me check my there you go. That's better. I have some Dandara music again because I don't know, I feel like it really fits the kind of general mood that I want for the stream. It's very relaxing. Hey, what's up, Neon? How you doing? I saw you over at Potato Lions stream earlier, and I just realized how late it is for you. Like in Germany, by now it should be like almost midnight or something. Oh, what's up? Thanks. Dead Wolf gifted a tier 1 sub to Ultra Guy. Very nice. Thank you, Dead Wolf. Now I have both streams. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty late for you. Oh, okay, not quite as late as I thought then. It's just night time. Kinda got mixed up, I think, then. Yeah, these are just some commissions. Like, there are some descriptions up here because it's original characters. So it's just sketch busts. I should get through them pretty quickly. No problem, I don't think I can choose who they're gifted to. Yeah, I don't really know the mechanics so much, but I think you give a gift sub. At least the standard is you give it and the person can click it. Although no, someone gave me... Oh, it's random. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was someone clicked it, but actually I got one without clicking it to Potato Lions stream. I still probably have it. Oh, by the way, I had this idea where I want... You see my little knight figure there? I wanna do a thing where I have a little doll. I'm kinda semi-stealing this idea. Yeah, that's cool. I like her emotes. I wanna have a little doll for each subscriber on screen, like on top of that little, on the display. That, by the way, I always forget to update. Let me change that. Sketch commissions. Done. I'm kind of stealing this idea. That could get very stressful at one point. Yeah, but that would be kind of a good problem to have. Then I'd have to change it and make it like a different thing. But you know, I could probably fit like what, at least 10 of those. I don't really expect to have more like than 10 subscribers at any given month, because you know it goes away. Like you buy a subscription and that's just for 1 month. So the idea would be having, yeah, just asking what doll the person wants and then making it, and as long as they're a subscriber, it would be hanging out there. Then if I ever get so many subscribers that isn't like easy to follow up on anymore, then I could change it, but I don't expect that to happen like in the foreseeable future. But I don't think, I was actually going to ask like if Largenswag showed up or something. I was going to ask them, how can I see my subscribers on Twitch? Let me open that real quick. Where's the list of subscribers? I always get it mixed up because kind of the equivalent to being a YouTube subscriber is more being a follower. So where are my subscribers? Do you guys know where I can see that? Channel, friends, subscriptions. My subscriptions, no. I want people who are subscribed to me. I'm not going to stop this stream to find it now. Yeah, I gotta look that up at some point. Anyway, if anyone who's subscribed would like to say like what a little figure slash doll they want, you can tell me and I'll make a note of it. How are the music levels, by the way? I don't know if it's a bit loud. I don't use Twitch besides you. Really got no idea what the difference is on my side or yours. What the difference is on my side or yours. I don't know what you mean by that. But do you have a subscription of your own, or did you just buy it for them? I think you have a subscription of your own. No, gifted leader on the. Yeah, you're a 1 month subscriber, so you're still subscribed. What figure would you like? You can think about it, like throughout the stream if you don't want to say right now. But I'll make a note of it, and then I'll do a little figure, just to hang out on top of the display thing next to the knight. What's this about figures doll? Also the music is nice. I think there's white noise or something. It might be a little bit. I had to really boost my microphone for it to be at a good volume for people. So there's probably, I can hear it when I do a recording, a little bit of a shh in the background. But I feel like that's better than my voice being really low. Music could be louder. Okay. Then I guess, yeah, my speaker volume was a little louder than usual, I guess. So yeah, I just made a. Probably the fan of the PC. Is the fan loud? Not really. It's really just the background noise of the microphone. It's not a very good microphone. And I just boosted the decibels in the settings, like it's beyond 100% sensitivity. It's 100% sensitivity plus I boosted the volume of everything. So it just has this really steady kind of noise, even though my PC isn't especially loud. Like I can barely hear it when the music stops. On top of the sketch commission text is a little doll of the night. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you see the little, I'm going to point to it here. Like you see this little guy? I mean that following is probably the same as subscription on YouTube. I don't know what you get for subscription on Twitch, and I don't know what you get either as a content creator. Yeah, the Hollow Knight doll. So for the first thing, a follower, you just, it's one of the channels that I follow. It shows you when I'm online and whatever, but it's free, and a subscription is paid. But subscribing on YouTube is free. So there were memberships on YouTube that were more like Twitch subscriptions. So it's kind of not the same thing. So I keep thinking that the free one's a subscription because a YouTube subscription is free. But yeah, so there's this Hollow Knight figure. There's a real figure that I have, that I made. And the idea is that for every subscriber, as long as you subscribe, because subscriptions last 1 month, I will do a drawing of whatever kind of figure the person wants. Like a simple little drawing of a figure, and just add them here next to the knight, and they would stay long for the rest of the duration of your subscription. So if you subscribe, you have a little drawing that's just going to hang out there for a month, and just whenever the person is online, they can tell me what figure they would like. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I saw something similar in another stream, but she had like it was a separate system. You would buy them with like channel points or bits. I decided it's a little bit simpler to have it be the same thing as a subscription, especially because I don't feel a subscription gives you enough benefit. Like just using the emotes is really not that big of an incentive. I think now the music's a bit too loud. Okay, I'll put it back down. A Kabocha doll. I will Google that real quick because I don't know what that is. But presumably, yes, it should be. Oh, alright, it's like a... We just call it... It actually, I guess, is also called cabocha in Portuguese, but we usually just call it like a pumpkin, same as a pumpkin. Sure, I can do a little pumpkin doll with, like, do you want it with a little cute face or something? Like, I won't, like, do it right now, but... Wait, didn't I copy it? But I copied an image. One second. Here it is. Kabocha. It's the same. See, I had you do. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense because Saiyans have like vegetable names. Absolutely. I thought you just wanted a cute little pumpkin. Absolutely, that sounds really good. I'm going to make like if it was a little little plush of her. I'll just make a note of it right now, and then if we finish this and there's plenty of time left on stream, then I can get started still on stream. If not, maybe just do it off stream or next time. Anyway, that was is Cabocha the Saiyan OC. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't remember if you told me her name, but if you did, I totally forgot. Sorry about that. But yeah. So yeah, for Neon's concern, like, it won't be that time consuming because it's really tiny on screen, so I get to draw it in a pretty simple style, you know. As for what I get from subscriptions, I supposedly get a part of the cost of the subscription in my like Twitch wallet, which I still have to get like $100 in it. I've never checked. I'm not even sure how to check, but I'm sure I'm nowhere close to $100. So yeah. But yeah, I just want to do like a little incentive for people to follow. Then I'll have to make sure, or where I can check, so I know whenever a doll expires. I think I'll make the knight a little bit bigger, because I want them to all be roughly the same size, and I want the dolls to be more like readable. I don't want to draw something that people on stream won't even be able to tell what it is, because when you're watching a stream with chat on, like, the screen isn't that big, and I want it to be pretty easily visible for people. I don't think I did tell you, my mistake. I always forget what I don't tell people, and I assume everyone on the same page. It's really bad habit. Yeah, no problem. You might have told me. I'm also don't have the best memory. So yeah, I already have a design. I'll just do a little doll. I'm forgetting these are sketches. I don't have to do super clean lines. I always do this on stream. I kind of default to doing full art. And I really like sketch art too, but I've fallen out of habit. Like, I like doing it and I like how it looks. A lot of the times there was a kind of a format on Twitter where people were posting like the sketch, the art, you know, and it was side by side, two images of the sketch and like the final art. And a lot of the times I just prefer the sketch. Even for my stuff. The stuff that I'm not that happy with the final art, then I look at the sketch and oh man, that's better. But as I've mentioned before, sketches don't do great on social media usually. Make Hollow Knight take up 70% of the screen. Well, watch it on my phone, so they're super small for me. Oh yeah, for phone people, it's probably going to be pretty tiny. Sorry, but yeah, that's no workaround for that. But if you can still see him fine, it's cool. I'll make them really readable from far away, right? Like the proportions of your doll. I'll probably do something like this. So like her head's really big, and you can really tell what's going on with it. Probably like a little smile. Yeah. Something like this, little tail. So yeah, and then I can also, like when I was thinking of my layout, I was going to add more of my things, like the little figures and plush that I have around the layout, and wound up not doing it. And I had this idea of like hanging my Clefairy doll that I have, it has a, what's it called, the thing that latches on to glass with vacuum, forgot the name, like a suction thing. So it, and like a cord, so I was just going to draw it hanging like from one of these wires, like this. I was going to make a little gif of it. But instead of that, like if I get so many dolls that they don't fit down here anymore, and you know, no expectation of that happening anytime soon. But if it happens, sorry, I can start hanging them or putting them on top of the little monitor that says say hi. You know, I can just litter them everywhere. But again, that would be a good problem to have. It would mean I was getting a lot of money every month. And could even, you know, with that scale of getting money from Twitch, I could even like start focusing a little bit more on content and less on like just working on commissions, which would be fun. It would allow me to do more art of stuff that more people are interested in. So you know, that would be a good problem to have. Because it really adds up for me. Like, dollars are a lot of money. So if I had like 20 subscribers, that would be like pretty decent income. So yeah, I had to remember to ask Ultra Guy, who just got gifted a bargain swag. I've already asked my girlfriend, who has Amazon Prime, so she just like I get a free submission from subscription for her basically every month, but she hasn't decided yet. Okay, now my computer noticed making a lot of noise. Oh, I'm drawing on my hard drive again. That's bad. I'm actually, my monitor boots up now, like my main monitor. Yeah, it works. It's kinda messed up. I'm just gonna close this real quick, move it to my desktop and work on it there, because whenever I'm working out of the whenever I'm working out of my hard drive and not my SSD, the hard drive keeps booting back up and making a lot of noise. So yeah, I'm just going to reboot Photoshop here real quick. Look, I rebooted Photoshop because weirdly I noticed that if I was working, like if I was working on a file on Photoshop and I close it, I still can't like rename the folder the file came from or stuff like that, because it says the file is being used even if I already closed it until I close Photoshop. So I just wanted to make sure Photoshop wasn't going to like be reading into my hard drive. So now it's on the SSD and it won't make any noise. She looks a little bit less intense than in the sketch. She was supposed to have more of a stern expression. just some easy sketches. I'm going to lower this other eyebrow here. I am once again in a state of not knowing what to draw. What to draw? What to draw? Are you watching any shows or anything like that? You could always do a character for from something you're watching or playing. I'll draw some Hollow Knight stuff. Yeah, you're still playing that. Did you ever get the 100% like bestiary thing? I don't remember what they call it, journal, I think. I never bothered that kind of stuff, like getting all the scans in Metroid Primes, like in, I got 100% of items, but not scans. I never even tried scans. I finished 5 minutes after your stream. Oh, cool. Congratulations. Do you get anything beyond an achievement for that? Is there like a super secret ending that you can only get with 100% of everything? Achievement and lore. Alright. That's cool. I'm going back to Hollow Knight one of these days. It's not the kind of thing that I'll really be that comfortable playing on stream at this point. I wanna play something really easy that I know really well. That's why I was thinking of Pokemon Red Bugs Only as my first thing to play on stream, because I know the game really well. Like, Bugs Only will make it kinda annoying, but I thought it over and it seems pretty feasible. Like, the only thing that isn't like Bugs Only is you'd need an AGM slave for Surf and Strength, but you can just get the free Lapras from Silphco and never use it in battle, and we'll say that counts. Nice hit at 111 of 112. What is left then? Which Metroid is your favorite? For me, it's a Time Between Zero Mission and Fusion. Prime's a close second, though it drags in some places for me. My favorite is pretty easily Super Metroid. It was my first game and I do genuinely think it's the best in the series. I like how it's like there is plenty of direction to it, but it's very versatile in how you can kinda skip around parts and make your own path and make the different playthroughs different. The music is the best in the series in my opinion. It has the best atmosphere. I really love the gameplay. I really wish they would bring back the gameplay style. Like, it doesn't need to be just like the same gameplay as Super Metroid, but I do wish they'd bring back the running from Super Metroid. I like games where you can get really good at the movement, where the movement is really, like, you have a really powerful character if you can get good at it, and movement in Super Metroid is so good because every other 2D Metroid you move at a pretty constant speed. In Super Metroid, there's this run button where you just accelerate to like ridiculous speeds, and that also lets you jump really high if you're going fast. And the wall jumps are like super maneuverable, so you can get so good at moving through that map, and it feels so nice to like move really well in it and get efficient at traveling through the map. I really like that. Super Metroid is fantastic, yeah. For me, it's like pretty easily the best game in the series, as much as I like the others. After that, I would say Zero Mission, probably number 2. Then I don't know. Like I kind of started the Prime games recently. Like besides being like technologically more elaborate, the Prime games actually didn't age as well as the 2D ones, in my opinion. They feel very slow paced now, and they're very linear, so their replay value is kind of diminished. They really feel much older as FPSs than they're not like FPSs, but gameplay wise, they feel much older than the 2D games do. 2D games feel like a modern 2D action game. Prime feels like just an ancient first-person game. First-person games have gotten so much better at making movement dynamic and interesting. In Prime, you're again walking at like a really slow, constant speed, and you can like aim independently of how you walk in the original release. And even like in Prime Trilogy, you can, but the game still wasn't designed around it, so it's still a very slow-paced game. So they're very nice. I really like the music and the atmosphere, and like the story being told through stuff that you scan on the walls and computers and stuff like that. That's all really good. But at this point, I wouldn't know where to rank them anymore, because I do really like most of the series. Like Metroid 1 is obviously kind of jank. It was a very early game, and there are some decisions in it that are just really just kind of break it a little bit. Like the fact that beating the bosses in Metroid 1 gives you a ton of missiles just completely breaks the routing, because it's actually kind of a combination of two things. Metroid seems, by the order of the manual and stuff like that, and the rewards for beating them, to assume that you would beat Kraid before Ridley, but there's actually no reason to do that. Ridley is like, the world before Ridley is a little bit more hostile, but if you're just careful and get all the way to him, he's much easier than Kraid and gives you a crap ton of missiles, so you can just kind of make a beeline to Ridley, kill him, and then you're just really powerful. Like your DPS is very high because you can just spam missiles despite not having collected any expansions almost, because you can just kill Ridley with your beam. He's so weak. Like if you have ice, you can just freeze off his projectiles and you destroy him. It's really easy. And it gives you a crap ton of missiles. So just that couple of decisions alone, I mean, I guess it really being easy isn't like a decision so much, but made the routing kind of obvious. You just go straight for Ridley and then become a killing machine, and then kill Kraid and Mother Brain. Like for a game that gives you so much freedom, it kind of you arrive at a correct like way to go about things really easy. Like at the top speedrunner level, people have like changed it a little bit. But like for a casual player to finish the game in like an hour or whatever, it's kind of a no-brainer. It's a shame that 3 is so open-ended and then they never really tried it again. Yeah, I feel like people didn't really get how open-ended 3 was, because it has like a suggested order basically. Like, you see, like there's a place that's kind of difficult to get to, but then it will have like grappling hook stuff that makes it really easy to get there if you get the grappling hook. So people assume that, oh, the order is grappling hook then that, but they actually made it possible. Like the grappling hook is completely optional in that game. If you are good at the movement, and that's something that the developers would definitely know. Some people are like, oh, they didn't notice that you didn't need the grappling hook. Like, if you develop a game, you are extremely good at that game. That's something that I've experienced when I was younger and I used to make games, and I've heard game devs say as well. Like, you can't balance a game based on how good you are. You can't assume that players will notice stuff and that they can do stuff with the mechanics that you did, because your knowledge, like, you know the game literally inside out. So there's no way that the people who made Super Metroid thought you needed a grappling hook. Like, it's extremely skippable. And a lot of other stuff as well. The stuff is like easier if you have the high jump boots, but you can just wall jump or bomb jump. Like the demos of the game, after you get a certain amount of the items, the demos of the game switch to like teach you how to do the crystal flash and infinite bomb jumps. Like, they noticed infinite bomb jumps, so of course they knew you didn't actually need the high jump boots, because bomb jumps just let you ascend as much as you want. So yeah, in later games they kept trying to keep you from like skipping items, except Zero Mission. Zero Mission even has like a low percent endings and stuff, which are really fun to get. And they implemented a bunch of stuff. There are a bunch of secrets that are there just to make items optional. But if you don't look really carefully, you might need it. You might think you need an item, then you realize, oh no, there's actually a secret passage here. You can just go around it. Because it's easier to find the item than the secret passage. You'd think the item was necessary, but if you explore really well, you notice it isn't. I attempted reverse boss order, but I couldn't get the first E-Tank, and at Games Done Quick they said it was really important. You mean the E-Tank where you get damage from the swooping enemy to get the one without like ice or high jump boots? That's actually not very hard to get. Like, the randomizer is pretty much 50% of the time the randomizer requires you to know that trick, because like it makes sure that it's possible, but the only two possible like first power-ups are that and where the morph ball is. So the morph ball is either going to be where it usually is or there, and if it's there you just need to be able to get that trick. Like, it can also like have a missile there, but anyway, that's just like moving in one step. So yeah, that trick's really necessary. Like, the hardest thing about reverse boss order is Ridley, just surviving your way to Ridley with enough health. And then you have to manipulate Ridley to be sure that he kills you with the early kill, where he like grabs you and dies. Otherwise it takes longer and you're not going to have enough HP to do that, because both the suits are behind locked doors that need you to kill an earlier boss. So you have to get to him with the power suit. And at Games Done Quick they do that like really quickly. You could probably, like, if you're not trying to do it fast, you can probably get way more energy tanks than they do. But yeah, that's kind of tough. And then you need to get like the glitchy super missile through the gate to do the fastest way around inside Ridley, because the shows that the lowest the acid won't activate if you don't have space jump, which is something the game never tells you because you're kind of supposed to have space jump. But yeah, I took a really long time to know what power up it needed. Like I noticed as a kid, like we got there, but we didn't know like why it wouldn't activate. It's actually space jump that it checks for. You have to get one where it's like on the top of the ceiling and you have to wall jump to it, but it's so finicky. Even if you do it right, you might not get it. Couldn't do it right. I'm no good with the floaty controls. The top of the ceiling of which area? Are you in Brinstar? Or like which color Brinstar? If so, because I thought like the one I was talking about is really early on, that's in blue Brinstar, like before the really big block that you had to wall to morph ball under. That one, maybe they do it by wall jumping because it's easier, because it's faster, but it's easier to just jump right next to it and get hit by the swooping enemy. That will make you catch it as well. That's how I do it. You just have to get it, the enemy like at the right angle where it's going back and forth in a way that would hit you there, and then just time your jump. That way is not actually difficult, but like if it's possible, I didn't even know it was possible with wall jumps, but if it is possible with wall jumps, I recall correctly, is the first elevator down after the morph ball. The first elevator down after the morph ball. Okay, so you go down, you get the morph ball, then you go right, and then there's the E-tank on the ceiling, right? So yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, you can just use the enemy. There will be a swooping enemy. You can just use like the hit. The enemy will move you a little bit, and it will be enough height because you almost get the energy tank with your normal jump. Just that will get you nothing. But anyway, you can just get bomb and like infinite bomb jump. I mean, to get really like, you could even get like, you just can kill Kraid, right? So you can get everything up until the Varia. So you can have like high jump boots and just come back for it if you're not going for like a speed run. Like I did it, but I didn't do it as a speed run because like you have to be so crazy good, because the hardest part of the game of like reverse boss order is killing Ridley. I remember there being an enemy, they probably just can't remember. You kind of have to get the enemy there, I think. Like it's just in start right there, but it will pursue you. But anyway, you can just get high jump boots, then come back. If you're not like speedrunning. I certainly wouldn't like advise speedrunning reverse boss order. That's kind of ridiculous. Like I can't even get close to doing that. Like even when I was like practicing, like when I was good at Super Metroid, it's been a really long time since I played it seriously. But even then, I couldn't get anywhere close to like the speedrun route of reverse boss order. Like doing it at all is hard enough. Then you get like, it's ridiculous how good those guys are. You need to get the glitch after Dragon to, like you need to kill Dragon so you get the stored Shine Spark, and then you need to not use the stored Shine Spark like to get out of his room, because you need to ascend in the next room. So you need to use another glitch that's usually, like in some places it's easy to use, where like you unmorph the first couple of frames after you exit Morph Ball underwater without the gravity suit. You can just jump in the air, just a glitch. So you have to do that, and you can like if you like you can do that if you like undid the grappling hook. Then you can do that extra jump. But to do that in Dragon's room It's like a frame perfect thing where you have to like hit the grappling hook and kind of slam against an edge and then untangle it and do it immediately in like the right frame. And if you like accidentally just do a regular jump at any point trying to get the glitch, you just lose the blue suit and that's a reset. Like you'd have to kill Dragon again if you saved at all. So yeah, as a speedrun, absolutely ridiculous. I guess those guys are at a crazy level to do it at all. I wasn't trying to speedrun it, just figured watching the speedrunner do it would be the best way because they know all the tricks. Yeah, but they're going for like a super efficient route. Like you can check all the tricks that they do so you know how to progress. Like there's a bunch of stuff you need, like you need to learn how to do the super missile I mentioned. There's like a super missile gate that works like this, and you're coming to it from the right. And luckily, specifically if you're coming to it from the right, you can open a super missile gate from the wrong side if you jump and shoot it in a really specific moment here, because it reads the collision of the missile's explosion like this. So it reads colliding with this before it reads colliding with a solid block, which would annul the possibility to collide with the detector. So it will open anyway if you do it from the right. From the left it won't work. It will correctly realize that it hit a wall and not work. So that kind of trick, looking at the speedrun will help you with, but they will do a bunch of unnecessary stuff, like this thing. You don't need to sequence break at all to have this energy tank in reverse boss order, because it is achievable before Kraid. So you can get it normally. And a lot of other things surely that they don't get because they're going for like the fastest route ever. But yeah, so it's a lot easier than how they do it, but it's still pretty tricky. Like even getting every possible tank before Kraid, making it to Ridley, then killing him is really tough because you're just losing so much health all the time. Like if any enemy hits you, you're pretty much screwed because it takes so much health. Because you're taking 4 times the damage the game expects you to be getting at that point. The game expects you to have the gravity suit. So the power suit, you get 4 times the damage the game's balancing those enemies to get. You have less energy tanks than the game expects you to have, and you're constantly losing health from heat because pretty much all of Deep Norfair is hot. So you have to go ridiculously fast and still not get hit. It's absurd. There are a couple of energy tanks, but you have to plan your not shine sparks, your crystal flashes in order to like recover health when you can, and then get the energy tanks when you can, just to like kind of barely survive. And Ridley is super tough. I'm pretty sure I had to try Ridley a bunch of times because I'm not that great at the bosses in Super Metroid. I never like practiced bosses, so I tend to take damage. Like it's fairly easy to not take damage from Ridley if you have all the time in the world, but if you're losing health to heat all the time and you need to kill him fast, then you have to be more aggressive, and that's really tough. But yeah, the RBO is like the last challenge, I would say, for someone to do in Super Metroid. Like, do it when you've done pretty much everything else. Also, the difficulty curve is naturally like pretty goofy because it starts completely ridiculous, like surviving Deep Norfair is the hardest thing you're going to do. And then there's Dragon, which like a lot easier. But you have to do really elaborate glitches. Not even like to kill him, but to get out of his room. And then from that on, it's a joke. Like it's easier than playing the game normally because you just got some powerful stuff on your way. Again, I'm not doing it catchy enough and I'm taking way too long. And get distracted talking about the Super Metroids. Yeah, the most Super Metroid glitches are super cool. All I know about Metroid is that Dark Samus is like a bug or some shit. Dark Samus is not a bug. She's made of Phazon. Basically, like Phazon is like the semi-sentient outer space substance that's really powerful, but that comes from like a living planet kind of thing that's made of it. And it falls on other planets like meteors and just kind of consumes them. So one fell on a Metroid and then it turned into the Metroid Prime that gives the name to the first game. When Samus beats Metroid Prime, which is basically like a roided up Metroid that's been infected with Phazon, or before that she had already like a thing made of Phazon fell on her and you had the Phazon suit that was all black. Then basically Metroid Prime rips the Phazon suit out of Samus before she escapes, like when it's dying. And then like from the remains of Metroid Prime rises kind of a living Phazon suit version of Samus. And that's Dark Samus. And that's like the secret ending to Metroid Prime. Like if you get 100% of items, you see Dark Samus like rising from Metroid Prime's kinda body remains goop. And then she was kind of the main villain in 2 and even 3. I think it's weird in 3 she seems to be kind of like the important, like she controls other Phazon things or whatever. And it doesn't make a lot of sense because like her existence is pretty much an accident. But okay. Okay, now my hard drive is really going nuts. Why? What's even getting red from it? Dark Samus is Metroid Prime, still Metroid. Pretty sure that stuff came from like a big bug. No, it's the other way around. Neon Prime was regular Metroid, they got mutated by Phazon. No, I meant in the game Metroid Prime is still Metroid. Lots of people existence is an accident, oh no. Yeah, but I mean, you have no reason to be like, for the other Phazon things to like recognize it as like special and its boss. Why? Just because it looks like Samus and she's the protagonist? Phazon doesn't know Samus is the protagonist. But yeah, Metroid are, I don't know, they're kind of bug-like. Like the the evolved forms, but kind of not really, because their legs and stuff kind of look more like a turtle or something. Metroid Prime is actually the most bug-like Metroid. Hey, he's talking about me. Oh no. So yeah, Metroid lore is pretty dumb. That's one of the reasons that I felt like now they're finally doing a sequel to Fusion, so it makes less sense. But before they decided to make a sequel to Fusion, when it looked like they just wouldn't ever, I was in favor of rebooting Metroid, in part to like get the series going again, because there hasn't been a proper sequel in 20 years, but also because the lore that does exist is pretty stupid. Good job! I did it. I'm happy with my anatomy. Are you working out? Congratulations. Love yourself. I'm kidding, by the way. I understand that you mean drawing. Yeah, I figured that message was coming. Yeah, this is a bad joke. So yeah, I gotta get less detail with this stuff. Yeah, this way I'm not going to finish it. Here's a great thing about Sketch. You can just do stuff like hair. You can just give it like a texture. You don't have to worry about like inks and making it like a really solid line. So much better. Takes so much less time. I also drew a really weird sword earlier. Alright. Weird how? Weird like it makes no sense. Like Thanos' sword. Or like a Klingon sword. Like sci-fi stuff always tries to come up with like crazy different bladed weapons, and it's like lots of different civilizations on Earth like arrived at very similar designs for bladed weapons, because it really doesn't make that much sense to have like a bunch of blades sticking out of the same thing. You usually want one blade at the end of stick. I feel like that's a pretty universal design decision that aliens would also arrive at. I could show if I'm allowed to send a link. Sure, go for it. Alrighty. Let's move on to the doctor. It's like some demonic sword, and there's this puppy on the handle. Let's see. Boop. My computer's really going nuts today. Oh, cool. And boop. Here it is. It kind of looks like what's its face? The sword from Soul Calibur. But it has a little dog, like a stretchy dog. Neat. It's weird, the lion was drawing something similar today, like a big evil sword, and it had the same thing where it weirds me out a little bit that the handle isn't longer. Like, you'd think it would need something that people can actually use with both hands if it's going to be that huge. Not that it's any more possible, like both of them are completely impossible, but if it's made of metal. But it just looks kind of weird to me. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's really good. I like the texture of it. There's actually an artist, let's see if I can find them like immediately. I found them recently on Twitch, and they do stuff with that kind of texture of like monster-y stuff. Let me see if I can find them real quick. It's so low to load stuff. It would be kind of hard to find in black and white. Yeah. I also don't know what the order is, like that they choose to show the people you follow. Is this it? Nah. Why is it? Is this it? Yeah. It's called the Creepy Door. The Creepy Door. Here it is. It's the name. It's really good. And it has a kind of vibe to it. Now I'll try to remember to do this one more like a sketch. Come on. I don't mind spending a little bit more time because it's from like a repeat customer who's very nice. So, you know, I want it to look nice, but the sketch commission should be a sketch. Let me look at the nose of the doctor. He has more of a crooked kind of nose, like a bird's nose. So yeah, after this I also want to do, I downloaded a free art software that supposedly has a little bit better animation functions than Photoshop, which is very bare bones when it comes to that. Because I want to redo my talking avatar and be able to do other stuff, like for the channel and if people commission me. So I'll try to learn that as well. That's definitely a thing to do off stream. But yeah, I already have a bit of a different character. Like my new, like the little bit revised version of Talking Me, like it looks a lot like this one. But when I stop talking, I fully close my mouth. I don't have like the visible teeth, which always kind of bothered me. just, yeah, just gonna change that. Then I'll also make a gaming one when I do gaming streams, which is supposed to happen at some point. Maybe then I'll actually play video games, which I haven't done in forever. Gaming, yeah. In Brazil, we used to just say like games and refer to playing games in Portuguese, but when like more of a commercial, like the, I don't know, when media started talking about gaming more, you know, they started calling it gaming in English. So I don't know, I really don't like it. Like people speaking Portuguese and calling video games games. Just kind of bothers me. And saying the word gamer in Portuguese. Just saying the word gamer unironically is already pretty silly, but especially in Portuguese. I am a gamer. Actually happy with a drawing, damn, cool. Like the sword was really good. I don't know if you're still talking about it or something else. But I really like the sword, not much to change there. Dang, maybe I need to have my computer's fan looked at. It's making too much noise considering there's not a lot going on. It is an older fella, like my PC. It's got some years on it now. And for some reason gave it the chest part an extra layer. Thanks. I gave the chest part an extra layer. I don't know what you mean by that, but if you wanna like share another drawing, feel free to. I'm still sketching. Oh, okay. I'm going to have another big post, like I finished and posted the Metroid thing that I was working on last time, and I'm going to squeeze another post out of it because it actually did pretty good. So I did like the manga version, and now I'm already like halfway done with like the anime version, so I'm coloring and shading it. So that is going to be like 2 posts out of the same art basically. But you gotta be efficient. Squeeze the most out of it. True story. For my current job, on the application I ask for my skills and I just put powerful gamer. I'm assuming it's a pretty laid back job then. Yeah, powerful gamer, that's good. Just add your kill death ratio on Counter-Strike. Now, should I do bare legs or add whatever the name for long socks is? I think long socks is a word, also stockings. Or is there another term? I have to make use of the fact that I can do sketch hair. Sketch hair is so much better than final art hair because you have to just do like loose little lines and it looks more flowy and hair-like and nice. It's basically I don't want to do full art anymore. The job is GameStop. I wouldn't say it's laid back, but the manager knew me and offered me a job in private. Oh yeah, so the application, yeah, more of a formality. Yeah, that's cool. There's actually, like my town, which isn't that big of a town, a guy actually opened like an independent game store with like a lot of, I don't know, just selling a lot of different stuff, and they have like some reprints of cartridges for like the Super Nintendo and stuff. I'm kind of surprised they can stay in business anymore. I don't remember the last time I bought a game at a physical store. People just order stuff, like if they buy a physical copy at all, they usually order stuff. Like I usually bought stuff used anyway, but even if not, people tend to order. I think it's cool. I like physical media because it's just yours forever. You don't have to like rely on a service that could go down at any point. You just be discontinued and now you don't have stuff anymore. I love physical copies, so I just go in. Yeah, and if you have like a big game store where you live, and it's not like more expensive, because the problem nowadays, like this is a problem for bookstores even more so, where like people can go in a bookstore and like discover books and stuff and just browse, but then like you could open your phone and have the book be delivered to you for less money than you'd pay to buy it in a bookstore, because they have to pay rent and employees and like buy more books than they're going to sell, so they have like a selection available. So it's just less efficient than like the Amazon model, and I kind of feel like that would happen for games as well. But yeah, I'm all in favor of physical copies. I just feel like delivery tends to kind of get rid of stores for like media. Make him look a little bit less defensive and a little bit more just stern. Yeah. And there you go. I'll leave the glasses for last as usual because they kind of keep you from fixing stuff. Thinking of what I can do for the head. Okay. Like what they would be wearing or what their head's going to be. So it has really big ears, the reference, so I'm going to go for big ears as well. Seems pretty good. I like it. Just what it looks like in general. I have the shape down, but everything else is missing: hair, mouth, eyes. Alright, yeah, but I don't know what kind of character you are drawing, so I can't really opine there. Cool. Yeah, it's also so much more fun. Yikes. I should really get those fans looked at before like it burns on my hard drive or something. 'Cause that's way too much noise now. God damn, I made something adorable. Feel free to share when you're done. I guess my soundtrack is over. Let me look for something else. that's not copyrighted. Let's go for... I played F-Zero the other day. I'll do F-Zero X. F-Zero GX is really good and just better than X in most ways. But I do prefer the soundtrack of X. Like, this song's just really good. Like, this was the song for the trailer to Smash Bros. Melee. But they like had every song ever to choose from. And they went with this. See some Hollow Knight music. Yeah, that's right. Next time I'll do Hollow Knight. Let me invert this real quick. Just feel like his hair needs to be bigger in this direction. Get more balanced. Have as much volume on both sides. I feel like this could be a little bit shorter in general. There you go. The asymmetrical. Alright, I'll just do the glasses and call it a day. Just missing a color palette. Yeah, I don't know how you choose colors. As I said, I mess around with it a lot. I use color replace to try out different stuff quickly. But again, it depends very much on the mood of the character. Alrighty, oops, wrong mirror, alright. In line art, maybe I should go for that. Yeah, like depends, if you're drawing stuff like for fun, and you want to get a lot of stuff done so you can practice and improve, I'd say, you know, line art, do that sometimes, because the amount of time it takes versus how much better you actually get at it makes me feel like most of the time you're better off just doing a color sketch. So only if you really want to see this one as a full art piece, because not everything needs to be one. Alrighty, and now the final character, which is kind of different, more obscured. And even finishing that, I guess it will be pretty early, so I can do our pumpkin doll. F-Zero X is such a good game, by the way. I don't know how many people played it. X and GX, especially GX. GX, like the harder versions of the challenges, are just one of the hardest mainstream games I ever played. Maybe I'm just not that great at races, but like it gets so absurd. Like there's like a story mode, which is basically like little challenge missions, and the hardest version of them, like barely possible. Like you can make 0 mistakes. Or like really prolonged challenges. If you do anything not perfect, you fail. But that kind of stuff is fun in games where you have total control. Like games that are just like there is no like character building or anything, that are just gameplay and that you can iterate on and try several times. I feel like that's the kind of game where it's fun to have just some ridiculously hard stuff, because then it's all on your control, you know. If you lose, it's clear that you could have won. You know it's possible under the conditions that you're currently playing under. And if you lose, it's because you messed up in some way. Should I try working with some colored line art? I don't know what it means. Color line art, you mean draw like a dark version of the color that you're using, like what we talked about with Blagen? Because it really depends on the piece. That's kind of an extra thing to bother with. And depends on the piece. Like if it's a light-hearted kind of thing, you can like lift it up. Because dark colors feel heavy. Like our brain processes dark as heavy. So if you want something really bright and very upbeat and happy, it can be nice to have those kinds of colors. You wanna see something awesome? Watch a GX speedrun. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a speedrun yet, but I can imagine that they would be really optimized and good because you have so much control in those games. In that game, specifically GX. Usually my lines are all black, but I want to make them a bit more color, maybe just a bit softer. Yeah, I'd say yeah, that's a good idea, especially if you're using like thicker lines. And it's like yeah, it looks softer, it looks lighter. Really depends on what you're going for. You can also draw them as black and then lighten them. It's actually easier in Photoshop if you wanna do color lines. It's easier to do them like dark blue or something, and then you can select that with color replace in different sections, and it looks a little bit better because you can't really pull color out of blacks and whites, but you can shift the hue of colors, so and you can make those colors like into black and white but just not back from it, and just kind of selecting the color and then painting over it makes the edges kind of weird unless you're in like a super giant resolution. There's some way to change the color of the entire layer in Clip Studio, but I don't know how. Yeah, I'm sure there is. Like Photoshop has a lot of stuff where you can shift the hue around and saturation and stuff, but most of them, like you can do it for an entire layer or for a selected color, but most of them don't let you pull saturation from something that has 0 saturation. Right, like if it's black or white or perfect gray, you can't make that more saturated, unfortunately. In resolution I have that. Yeah, like if you're working in a crazy high resolution, it's a lot more forgiving with that. Or just selecting a color and painting over it. Because if I'm doing here, I'm not at a very high resolution at all, I'm just at 50% zoom. So if I do this, and then I select it like this, and I paint over it with blue. Like from this distance it looks okay, kinda, but if you zoom in, it's actually looking surprisingly fine, even at here. But near the edge you can see that it's kind of darkening more towards black, and not just, you know, it's not the same fade that blue would have. Let me do just blue. It's giant right now, but like you see how this blue is like bright all the way and this one's kind of going grayish. It's because there's still a little bit of black there. It doesn't fully replace it, right? Like it looks kind of dirty and goes towards black, while this one's really bright. And there's also a little bit of it in the corners. You see how the corners of this one look a little bit sharper? It's because there's a little bit of black left in it, so it goes towards black, not just towards transparent. And the smaller you are, the worse that is. If I did something really tiny, it would probably show more. But here it has this really dirty black outline instead of looking nice and just fading properly. So it just changes the texture a little bit, it's not quite the same. Doesn't work out, sadly. My friend said my sketch looks amazing. I'm happy. Oh, congratulations. It's nice. Feel free to share it when you're done or at whatever step you feel like it. I'm not super sure about this guy. He had the least description to him or them. I don't even know if it's a dude. I think it is a dude. That's basically the whole description. Hair like this character, hoodie, and eyes in shadows. You have a Discord? I have a Discord account. I don't really have a... I don't really have a, what's its face? I don't have a server or anything, but I guess I can just paste my account here. Let me just get it. I am this at Discord. Yeah, there's just YouTube guys here, so it's fine. But I don't think I'll get like blasted with Discord messages. It's not like people don't have my contacts, you know. If they wanted to annoy me, they could do it on Twitter or whatever. I have a more ambiguous expression of this one. Okay, sent you the request, let me check. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, there's actually another one. Alright. That wolf as well. Yeah, I added you guys. It is done. Did I finish my tea? I didn't. I always forget to drink my stuff. Then I start streaming. But green tea isn't bad code. I actually don't even have a problem drinking coffee code. Since what I made, or at least the headshot. Let's see if I got it. I presumably did. Boop. There it is. Hey, that's similar to a character you've done before, right? Like the one that was sitting with the one horn. Was it you who said that Gardevoir was your favorite Pokemon? Because it kinda looks like a Gardevoir. So yeah, it's pretty good. Again with the one eye. One eye and one horn. Do you have like a race or something that's one horn people? A lot of similar characters probably won't bug you too much on Discord, but I figured it'd be cool either way. No, for you, yeah. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Just added you. So yeah, not in terms of criticism, again, not a lot to say. Yeah, it's pretty much there. Let me see the colors. Did you paint it purple and then change? Why is the outline kind of purple? Was it purple and then you made it blue? Or is it just a weird compression thing? Funny thing is, I made the two lines to know where the second eye would be. I mean, it's still good to have your whole like faces structure, even if you're not going to give it two eyes, because you need to, you know where the cheeks are and where the jaw work, how it works, you know. Still want to draw a full face, even if it's going to be covered. With this guy, like I had drawn the eyeball things. I just covered them later. Sketch is purple, but compression may have changed that. Yeah, weirdly, like the middle was more blue and the outside was more pink-ish. So it was looking kind of odd. One thing you might want, I don't know really know. So you just you're drawing kind of like this, and maybe like long term, if you want to like do final art, it's good to like find your curves. Like you have this curve here on the hair, right? It's generally, if you're doing full art like this, doesn't work so well because then you get those lines that kind of bifurcate like this, and they don't look very smooth or like a single line. For that stuff, I'm sure you've seen me do this on stream, but it's usually better to like try to get it in one good line, and then like this one, like it's fine, but you just do it until you like the line, but try to do it in one motion. If you have like a curve, your character there, like they're mostly made out of like big curves. So, you know, try to find the line and do it in one go, and then find the other line, do it in one go, find the other line, do it in one go, so it looks nice and smooth. Like this has a blip and a blip. You want to try to find like one strong line that you can just draw, and really that's the most I can say about like full art there. For sketches I do more lines per curve. Yeah, that's normal. Yeah, just that for the like final art, because I got the idea that was supposed to be like the final art lines and not like the sketches. Speaking of sketches, gotta remember to keep this sketchy. This hair view is kind of weird, but in this one I'm kind of tied to the reference, right? Just like the one requirement for this character is having the same hair as the anime guy, so I gotta give him this pointy ass hair. So yeah, in the sketch you should definitely like find the line by drawing it. But then probably like clean it up a little bit, so when you're doing the final eye you know which one you picked. Because if you leave too many options on the sketch while you move on to the final art, you might have a sketch that's not as strong as you think it is. Because when your eye can pick whatever you want, it's a lot easier for it to be harmonious, but then like you try to choose one of each lines when you're doing the final thing, and it can be like not as harmonious as the sketch looked. So I would recommend like cleaning it up a little bit so you know what you're doing when you're going to the final art. Yeah. This long guy, he has really long thing. Oh, I kind of missed the other one. Got these really long strands of hair coming from in front of his ears. It's kind of odd itself. There you go. I'll make it a little bit short in my version. It's just kind of crazy. Alrighty. Yeah, I feel like there should be another one. Hey yo, I'm here. What's up? Shirozuki 1989. How you doing? What's the little star do? 1 month subscriber. Cool, so you're also a subscriber. Right, subscriber, yeah. So what we are doing, this is my commission. Oh, gotcha. Right, so you're another Pogon. People have like different names in different platforms. That's a bit much to keep track of. So yeah, cool, we're almost done. We've done 2 characters. Here they are. Like there's like a extra sketchy sketch behind them that I'm just going to remove later. So these are the first 2. And this is the last one that I'm getting to work in. So this is for that Persona game that I'm working on. Oh, awesome. That's cool. Yeah, here they are. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm doing a thing where, I mean, you see this little Hollow Knight figure that I have right here? I'm going to do a thing where I have, like, I'm going to make him a little bit bigger, and I'm going to have like other dolls representing the subscribers as long as the person subscribed. And I'm already, like, I'm making notes from the people who are subscribed. Whenever they like pop into chat, I'm going to ask them. So we already have Dead Wolf's one, which is an original character of theirs. So if you have like an idea of what you want your little doll to be, tell me and I'll make a note of it and I'll work on it whenever I get the chance. Cover page, alright, for that one, sure. But yeah, whenever, maybe like one of your characters or something, if you want to do like a little... Pyromancy Flame from Dark Souls, let me see. There is like a little doll, so let's see, Pyromancy Flame. Like, it can be in the format of a little statue, but I don't think like really. Gotcha. Yeah, I could make it based on that because it's just like a hand with the flame inside it. I could even make it a little GIF, so it's like a lighter. I wonder if I could do that. Or I could make the flame just be like a sculpture of the flame. Because I never like the... Let me look at this. I don't know if I've seen it yet. Oh, PS5. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna put it on stream real quick. I just realized I was looking at it and not like only for the people on the VODs to know what you're talking about. Here it is. It's like a fan idea for a Persona game. This guy's is very 1970s anime look. Looks like Captain Havoc or something. What's the dude with the streak of white? I don't really remember his name. It's neat. I also like the design. So yeah, cool. Boop. Blackjack, right? That's him. The guy in the middle is a Medusa. Oh, cool. So yeah, we can do. Oh, let me I'll make a note. I forgot. I'll note your username. I still have to find the place that says all your subscribers on Twitch. I haven't found it yet. Yeah, so Pyromancy Flame from Dark Souls. Gotcha. I'm a little of this Gaia, though truthfully I never played this Gaia game before. Yeah, this Gaia is kind of disappointing. Like, the characters are fun and the voice acting is fun, so you're like, okay, I want to play this game, but then it's really boring and grindy. So her human form and her monster form. Let me see. Cool. I like her monster form's outfit, so I'll put it on stream so people know what you're talking about, because there's also people, weirdly more people watch the VOD, like a lot more people watch the VOD than watch in real time. Maybe I'm not streaming the best time for people, but here she is. Because like every VOD gets like 20 something 30 views, and you know, usually like it's a lot of people if there's 7 people watching in real time. Oh look, you're famous. Neon has even heard about your thing. That's cool. What's this guy's hair? It makes no sense. Why are some of his bang things shorter than the others? Who cut his hair? I'll just do another one like this. Then it's kind of obstructing the shape of his face. I don't like it. I think this will do. Yeah, alright. This is it. You're free to make it more sensible if you want. Now I'm trying to go for what you requested. It just these anime hairs, man. They're very elaborate. What's the character, by the way? This kind of reminds me of like Namco versus Capcom stuff, like the portraits. Is it a Namco thing? I think it might be a Namco artist. Yeah, the boy with the hair reference. From Gundam, actually, huh? Is this like an anime image or a game image? It looks so much like a game image, like a dialogue thing. I never watched that much Gundam. I used to go watch Gundam Wing when I was a kid, because that was the one that was on. I think it's not even like considered as an especially good Gundam series. But like the fans of the overall series, I don't think they consider it one of the best ones. I really like the opening though. I think the opening of Gundam Wing is like classic anime openings. It's very well done. It's divisive. Oh, okay. Thought it was kind of uniformly not considered that good. So yeah, I don't know. I can't compare it to any other Gundams because I haven't watched it. I haven't watched them. I've just watched Link. But yeah, I kind of wanted to like it more than I did. I liked some of the ideas, but the main cast is kind of they're not very good. Like Duo is the only good guy in the main cast. I like him. The others are kind of dicks. Oh, change the color of my line. Alrighty. I should watch. What's a good Gundam? Because I think a lot of them are in Netflix. Maybe I could have it like playing while I draw or something. When I'm off stream, of course. I think there's a bunch. I think I remember Iron Blooded Orphans being in there, which was a relatively recent one. Quite a title. I heard good things about Gundam Wing. Yeah, I liked aspects of it, but then didn't like others. I like the stuff that I liked about it, like the political stuff. People usually like say that about Gundam in general. So maybe the others like have the good parts, but also like a better cast. I didn't like the cast so much. Like I like Du and I like the girl. Like I guess the blonde guy wasn't like an absolute prick, but like Hero, the main dude, and the clown dude, and especially the Chinese dude were just assholes. All my friends recommended Wing and told me to avoid Zeta. Is that gameplay in the background? It might have just progressed. Like I thought. No, yeah, it's just the soundtrack has one that just has sound in it. For some reason, yeah, I kind of figured that was it for some reason, but yeah, it seems to be. Yeah, that's still the OST. I don't know why they decided to do it like this. I guess the soundtrack just has two versions of the song, and one of them has like gameplay sound over it. I can just oops, sorry. I can just switch to something else. We can go to Hollow Knight. Oops, forgot CST. There you go. Okie doke. Oh, let me put OBS back up. Oh, dang it. Alright, here we go. Alright, so now I'll just do this. I'll get rid of the background things, save and history brush here, and we are going to shade this a little bit. Like I'm seeing that recently I get more viewers later. Maybe it would be better to stream later. But like then I had to eat at some point, and that like having dinner at some point kind of breaks up the time that I could, and I feel like if I did it after having dinner it would be a bit late, but I could try one of these days after dinner. It also diminishes the amount of days that I can do. Like there are less days that I can do it after dinner, because sometimes some days that's the time that I spend, like every other day, that's the time that I spend with my girlfriend. So it would have to be a limited number of days. And I'll do even darker in like the back of the hoodie. then just gonna do it to the hair a little bit. I won't like shade in the hair because that would make it kind of difficult to read the whole image, even though like it's supposedly dark hair. In sketches you can go like with very realistic light and dark. You do more like shaded and unshaded, otherwise you can't tell what's going on. Alright. I feel like I made the hoodie a little bit too asymmetrical. I should make this place sag more, the side sag more. And here we go. Adding like a little bit of lips. Something like this. Just kind of testing it out here. Don't know about that. Maybe thinner ones. It just feels kind of bare in this part of the... Actually, I'm wanting to change the nose as well. I feel like it's too short. No, I have the history brush if I want to restore it. Just changing my mind a little bit. Okay, I have the hair color down. Now what? I don't know, color the rest of the stuff. No? Color everything. Like, I definitely say do like flat colors for everything first, so you know that you're happy with it in relation to everything else, right? The whole color composition of the thing. Probably full OSTs, then like you get to the boss battle and all of a sudden things get intense. I feel like this is a bit nose, but still feels kind of short. I'm just going to like surgically enhance this nose. Let's see how it looks. If it doesn't look good, I can fix it later. There you go. That actually looks fine. Yeah, I think this is a lot better. And I believe we are done here. These are the 3 sketches. Yes, I like it. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like it. I think I'm going to compile it properly and send it to you after the stream. I'm going to make like 3 different like same size proper files for them. Right now I just save it. And we are going to do what color? Neon black, looking purple. What colors work well with a bright pink? I really like pink and blue and pink and like sky blue and pink and like a pale yellow. I like to my favorite, like an almost beige-ish pale yellow. But they're more of like a hot pink. Those are some combinations that I use a lot. I mean, my channel stuff, it's usually hot pink and pale yellow, but pink and blue is also very nice. But you know, there are a lot of pinks. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is create a new file that is going to be the file for all the dolls. So I have to like decide the size. It's going to be, I think 1000 by 1000 is already very generous considering how small they're going to be on screen. And yeah, we are going, like, I'm going to open my own ArtStation, I guess, and look for her, because that's kind of like the fastest way to find a picture of her. My ArtStation is finally up to date, by the way. It's currently the best place to look at my work. There she is. Before I start, just I'll show you everyone else real quick. Who the character is, like it's going to be, I don't know, it's good enough. Here she is. This is the character that we're going to be drawing a little doll of. But I'm not going to use this. Let me see. Yes. Even 1000 by 1000 is kind of big. Canvas size, let's do 800 square pixels. And I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. I'll just leave you guys with the original here for a second and see you. And I'm back. I have luckily a bathroom right next to where I work. So alright. Let's get rid of her again. Put my glove back on. Art glove. There you go. And we're going to do her little doll. Look. I'm actually just going to paste like my notes on the same file so it's easier to find them. I'm going to have like a text file that just says what the things are. Then I have to remember to look for the subscribers theme. I'm sure there's a list somewhere. Yeah, sure. Before we start, feel free to send your thing. Actually, it doesn't keep me from just doing the sketch. I'm actually going to zoom out a bit. So this isn't like the best stream viewing thing because it's tiny. But I prefer to do rough sketches kind of sitting down. Her tail is going to be like falling like in front of the display a little bit, just kind of peeking in front of the display. That's the idea. Boop, boop. My brain melted from playing mindless, bad, not fun video games. What's up? Sorry to hear that. What bad video games were you playing? Why don't you play good video games? I never get around to even play good video games. Just sent the thing. Wait, it became a link. Yeah, I think if you say anything dot anything, it thinks it's a link or something. Once I said in chat for someone a surprise Pikachu dot JPEG, just like as a joke, and it thought it was like a file. I don't play good video games because I've been playing them today, so got my feel. I don't play good video games because I've been playing them today and got my feel for the time. Oh, so you've played your good video games and now you're playing the bad ones? I mean, I guess. Oh, here she is. Let's get it. I wonder how it will show here. Yeah, just right size. Wait, is this right? Or did a transparency became black? That kind of sucks. But you can. Her clothes are also black. Oh, because her clothes are still transparent. You haven't colored them in. So yeah, we'll just talk about the head right now. Then it's fine. It actually looks really good. Like you smoothed out the lines. They're looking a little bit better. That's nice. And they look pretty good. I still always recommend doing like one big stroke so you don't end up with stuff like this. It's kind of, little dents here and there, but like I can tell like this was a one stroke, so that's good. Otherwise, not that much to say. It looks nice. I wouldn't mix, like I know you're still working on it. Oh, I like the colors. That's the kind of colors that I like to use. Like if you look at my like monk character from D&D, it's kind of a similar kind of color scheme. Like it's literally pink, blue, and yellow, but it's like yellow. I mean, it's yellow and green, yellow fading into green hair, pink skin, and blue like eyes and inside of mouth. So it's very similar. So yeah, I really like the color scheme. That's good. The stuff I'm not so sure. Oh yeah, I was saying if you're going to do some lines lighter like this, I don't know what the end game is going to be, like how much of this is like provisional. Yeah, I do like the colors. I don't know how much of this is provisional, but like if some lines aren't black, then none of them should be, really, probably. Unless it's for a really specific reason. Like even the eyelashes, I would recommend like a dark color, but not black still. I wonder if it would work with the hair color. It's a bit light still. But I recommend just not leaving them absolute black, just doing kind of this. Otherwise, yeah, it's nice. Make sure when you color, I don't know what like the intent for the shapes is, like I'm wondering why this goes into it a little bit. Like, is it supposed to be this shape, or is it supposed to be like a straight line down her face? Yeah, like the volume of her face, like if it was straight, the volume of her face would tend to make it arc like outwards. If it was like a straight line, if it was like Frieza or something, like he has lines, straight lines on his face, but they arc to the sides because like the face is convex. So, but I don't know the intention, if they literally are meant to like bubble towards her mouth, or if it's because her mouth is like puckered in like a little frown thing. Not even then, like I think it should probably just look better like this, because like her cheeks would be kind of puffing out. I don't know, I just think it looks a little bit more pleasant, but again, like that's your decision. If it's like a bubble kind of shape in her face like this, and that's why it's popping in, then that's correct, and you should leave it like that. Yikes, what was that? We're being raided, oh no! Orlek is raiding me for Party of 7. What's up, Orlek? We were just looking at some art from Neon. They were asking for some advice. But actually, right now, what I'm doing is I'm drawing a little doll. You see this little... Hello, what's up? You see this little Hollow Knight thing that I have here. I'm going to make it bigger later, but that's like a figure that I have in real life. And I've decided that I'm going to draw a little figure for every subscriber, as long as they are a subscriber, and it's just like going to hang out down here on top of this display. So whoever's a subscriber can just ask me for one, and I'll do it. Not always on stream, but I'll just be doing these. Because I can't really foresee like having so many subscribers that this will be like a problem. It will probably be a while until then, and if that happens ever, then like I'll just change the requirements. But for now, I think subscribers is enough. So we are doing their character, which I'm going to put on screen real quick again, since there's new people coming in from Orlek's stream. Here she is, like this is a previous commission I did of her. She's a Dragon Ball OC, she has a little tail, she's a Saiyan. And yeah, I'm going to draw a little chibi doll of her. Yeah, I'm kind of semi-stealing this idea. I saw a streamer who did something similar, but it was like you bought with either channel points or bits. You bought having a plant that was like your plant on her stream for a certain period of time. Like with channel points you could buy it for the rest of the stream, and with like bits and stuff you could buy it for more time. But I decided to just unify it with subscription, because subscription, I don't feel like there's enough of an incentive, like just using emotes, especially because like if you're a regular watcher, you can buy all the emotes with channel points pretty easily. At least the ones that you're going to use anyway, and thus far I only have 3 emotes. So it's going to be really simple drawings. I'm going to draw them with really thick lines, because this is almost an emote in how tiny it is. So yeah, anyone who's a subscriber can just ask for a doll. I'm going to look up. Do you know, by the way, or anyone in chat? Oh no, I'm not streaming though. How is this? I'm confused. Sorry. What? I don't know what you mean. How is this possible? Yemi. What are you talking about, Yemi? Oh wait, this is still Alex chat. Oh my god, I have OBS open. Sorry, what happened? Did you raid Orlek and now you were like brought into his raid? Not sure what happened, but okay. Should she have a kind of this expression? A little bit less. I think so. Redeeming the sound, yeah. You have channel points. I haven't added, like, I don't have any crazy ideas for channel points yet. Oh, Yam is now following. Thanks for the follow. Now I'm really here. What's up? Not sure what happens or if you like want to explain it or not, but I'm glad you are here. Welcome. We are drawing this little doll for a subscriber because I want to give every subscriber a little doll on the stream. I literally had no idea what I was doing. I was just pushing buttons. Yeah, if you click like the space credits down there, those are channel points. You can name your channel points whatever you want. And you get them just by watching. Sometimes a little box will pop up, and if you click it, like, you get more channel points than if you just leave it like in another screen and not really pay attention. Let's do the little skull shoulder pad. What's a cute way to do the skull? I think this does the trick, because it needs to be readable from really far away. But now the most important thing, I'll make the whole thing smaller a little bit. But the most important thing is her hair. That's going to be the most like recognizable thing from a distance. Boop. So yeah, I hopefully I'll have her on next stream. So I rated all, like, yeah, I figured that was the thing. Or like rated you, and I panicked when I heard someone follow me, thinking I left my stream going. Okay, gotcha. Apparently I have the ability to ruin your emotes? What you mean by that? Yeah. Yeah. One time I was just checking my page and someone followed me and scared me. Like I was just messing with like settings for the stream and I got the alert. Because someone probably like clicked the Twitter link late and just saw my VOD and then followed. Okie doke, let's do the hair. Again, probably in like less stuffs than like the proper full design because it has to be simplified to work as a doll. I just invert it later to see if it works, but let's see this. I'm thinking about this. And I want this to be the front and then up. I think this should. Just kind of trying a bunch of things until it looks right. Yeah, I think I like this for this side and maybe this for this. And then I'll really diminish like the bangs so her face is still readable. Although I guess this eyebrow doesn't need to be here. Like it can be obscured. Just don't want to obscure both of them and lose some expressiveness. But then this can just be like this, and this can be like this. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That's terrible. You should buy what I be on one should be allowed to. What? Sorry, what? Says I can modify your emote, which honestly couldn't just kind of make it worse and ruin them. I didn't even see that one. Yeah, I can flip emotes and squish them and give them sunglasses. It's already super adorable. Yeah, I assume that means you would be able to like use a modified version of an emote, not like that it would modify the emote for everyone, right? I'm assuming. This is adorable, thanks. Now I can do this with mine. Right, I presumably can do it with my own. I can like try it. Modify emote, huh? Modify a sync emote. What is a single emote? Alright. Let me see what happens if I click that. Then I click like the lol emote. Unlock. Yeah, you basically make an alternate. Just for 24 hours, just for the redeemer. Yeah. I just do like a thinking lol emote. And I can still use the lol normally, and so can everyone else. Yeah, okay, cool. So it's good. There is no harm in doing that. I mean, I might as well just keep working on this. Like changing to something else would take some time, and I want to do it by the next stream anyway. Also, I think a chibi like this, I don't need to like sit on it for as long to be sure that it's a good sketch, because it's so tiny. But yeah, it looks fine. Just gotta remember that she has little gloves. Okie doke. Have the face be symmetrical, like it's chubbier on one side. And there you go. Make sure the eyes lined up. Okay, good. Now I wanted to like change a bunch of stuff. Yeah, alright. Let's call this the finished design. Now I'm going to get like a super thick a super thick brush, because we want everything to be very readable and we can't have details anyway. What happened? Oh, I haven't saved it yet. Let me save it for now just on desktop. Let's save it as dolls.photoshop. And alrighty. And yeah, let's lower this very much. It's for Mimi. Yeah. Well, her eyes, thanks. Pretty cool eyes. Big bubbles. I gotta go finish making dinner. Lol. Oh, thanks for dropping by and for the follow. See you around. Mirror the image. Yeah. Lurking. Love a nice stream. Oh, cool. Thanks. Yeah. Now I've already mirrored. I didn't look to the first chat for a while, but yeah, I mirrored it real quick. And I forgot again. I need to make like a channel points thing where it like plays a really loud sound to remind me to update the caption. Subscriber. Done. Subscribers. Nice. So let's get a good clean brush. What is this preset? Yeah, that's about what I want, but let's make the minimum diameter 50. New layer, and let's go. The current right eye is a bit different from the left. Yeah, I didn't make it like completely, like one of them is a little bit higher up, but I can kinda like it here as well. But that's minor enough that I can kinda fix it in like now in the line stage. Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, I think it looks okay. Now, this doll will kinda set the style, because I'm going to edit the Hollow Knight one to be more like the other ones later. So this one will kinda set the style. I have to decide the style that I'm going to use forever. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to use like a 10 width line, and it's going to be just a darker version of the colors as opposed to like black, just because it's going to stand in front of the screen that's going to change colors a lot, and the rest of what's behind it's gray, so it's kind of an in-between thing. No, it's fine, it's fine. I don't mind criticisms or like just pointing out things that I might have missed. That's fine. So I'm also not going to obsess about like super clean lines, because again it will be so tiny, and I need to be able to make these kinda quick, hopefully, depending on how much like followers circulate from month to month. I still have no idea. I haven't been an affiliate for a full month, so I have no idea how that kind of flows. How much of your subscribers are recurring? Because I totally get if someone's like, okay, I've subscribed them to them 1 month. This month I'm going to like help someone else who I also like. That's totally valid. So I don't know how many people are going to be recurring, and how much it's like different people getting just 1 month. Maybe this will help people want to stay because they'll miss their little dolls. BRB here. It's like playing Warhammer minis, painting Warhammer minis. You just need to look nice from a few feet away. Yeah, I imagine. Like I've never like done that, but I can picture that it's fine. You don't need to obsess over detail, especially if you're doing like a bunch of units. Norma is going to be like shoving their face up to the board. Alrighty. Yeah, and this color will be pretty much the whole head, because the face, I guess it has to be also this. Like the thing about colored outline is it needs to be like a darker shade of the darker, like it's separating two colors, right? It needs to be the darker shade of the darker color, because if it's the darker shade of the lighter color, it can have like a similar value to the darker color and kind of just merge together. So that wouldn't be good. So it's going to be just the hair color for everything. Unless like the lighter color is so much lighter that even a darker version of it will be distinct from the darker color, but that's pretty extreme. Because when it comes to like stuff standing out from each other, having a different hue doesn't help you at all. Like if you have two colors that are the same value but different hues, the separation between them is really muddy. Like here you have an orange and a green, they're really separate. Blue, they're really separate, but you can't tell the outline of them as well, because hue doesn't really help you with that value, which is like the brightness of the thing, is what helps with that. That's really important for sprite work. If you're doing like sprites in a limited palette, like if you're doing an NES style sprite with 3 colors, your 3 colors have to have 3 different values. Otherwise it's just going to merge together and look really indistinct and bad. This really big line, I think I'll just use the pen. Hollow Knight music's making me wanna play Hollow Knight. A little bit. Whoops, what was that? So this. Just like early amiibos, from a distance it looks nice, getting close, they messed up color and gloves, seriously, why no one, the gloves painted? Why is one of the gloves painted and the other one isn't? Oh, I didn't know it was like that bad. Nothing ever beat through arm cannon Samus, yeah. Very powerful. Or Pikachu with a tail and where the ears go and ears where the tail goes. Yeah, I never saw the point of amiibos. They're really expensive in Brazil. And they're just not that good figures. Like they look like bootleg figures. They're just kind of tiny and not well painted. And I get that like part of the price is the fact that there's like a microchip inside them and like a thing to transfer their data. But I kind of don't want that. I never want DLC for games. I feel like DLC just unbalances games. Like they keep giving you like gifts and stuff that you weren't supposed to get. Like I don't want to have extra gear that I shouldn't have at this level or whatever. There's not really a price. Yeah, I've seen like newer stuff that looks a lot better than the first wave of amiibos. They look more detailed. Maybe if there was a really good Samus amiibo, I'd like shell out for it. But there really isn't one that I like very much. Even as much as I like the suit from Dread, even that one didn't appeal to me so much. Samus Return 1 was pretty dank IMO. It looks well made, but I don't like the design very much. I think it's over designed and a bit too pointy. Not really my thing. Like not my favorite. Like my two least favorite like Samus designs are the ones with amiibos like that, and on the other end the really kind of lame looking other M one. I feel like the Samus Returns design was kind of an overreaction to the other M design, which looked kind of like the opposite of badass. Like it looked very unimpressive, and the arm cannon looked like a toy, and people didn't like that. And then they made like Chad Samus with giant shoulder pads and like a bunch of neon lights coming out of her, and she looks like a tank. I don't know. Wasn't my favorite. Like the super pointy, mean looking face going. Nyeh. Yeah, like the other one was super skinny, you know. So there was like other M Samus, a tiny arm cannon and stuff, and then Samus Returns. Samus is like bam. Big legs and pointy points. Just here. So I think they overdid it a bit. I really like the new design. The new game also looks better. I feel like they probably either changed the design group, like the people working on visual design, or gave them very different directions, because Samus Return looks pretty terrible. The areas are really samey. It's all kind of swallowed by this glow, like light bloom thing that makes everything just look indistinct and pukey. It's really not a very good looking game, and Dread looks so much cleaner and has so much more like light and dark. Like it's not like the 3DS couldn't pull off those graphics. They just seemed not to bother. They seem to have a very utilitarian approach to designing the game world, where they wanted everything to be really readable and like not very busy. But that resulted in everything just looking like different colored stone plaques, and the background being really blurry, so it doesn't bother you so much, and like elements that you're supposed to notice are just like glowing. It just didn't look very good. My favorite is Zero Suit 1, and not just kidding, I really love Super Metroid 1, like 80s, 90s, Future Armor, yeah. Yeah, Dread looks really good, but maybe it's nostalgia factor, but my favorite is also like original trilogy Varia Suit. Like, I think Melee has like the best looking Samus ever, because it's Super Metroid Samus in a good 3D model. I just want to 3D print Melee Samus, or like Samus trophy from Melee. and then I'd paint it. It's fine. I just need access to a 3D printer. Because you can probably get it just from the model's resource or something. But yeah, I really like Dread. I also like how bold the design for the fusion suit was. It's also not my favorite, but I really appreciate how outside the box they went with that one, and how well it communicates basically the story of fusion. The contrast between the very sickly looking fusion suit and the menacing power suit. I keep giving her a smirk. Oh, I like this one. This one came out cute. But yeah, I also like the Prime 2 and 3 Varia suit. Although it was barely in 3, but it's still the design they use for it. I should just duplicate this eye. I'll just make it and then mirror it. Since I'm already making her cross-eyed. Oh, now I'll have to check. That was still in chat, right? What color are her eyes? I'll just do other stuff while I wait for the answer. Kinda forgot because my drawing of her has closed eyes. Brown eyes, okay. Also, yeah, I'll just use the same color for the whole head then. Because there's no point in switching to such a similar color. Cool, so now I will duplicate this eye and just apply it to the other side. I'll even actually do that with the eyebrow as well, so it's all nice and symmetrical. Brow's literally just dark orange. We just gave it a name. Yeah, it's kind of dark, unsaturated orange, I guess. If you make orange either dark or unsaturated, people will probably call it brown. And yeah, color names are really unevenly distributed. Some colors change name when you lower the saturation, some don't. Blue is just the biggest color. If you take a map of all the colors, the word blue just encompasses so much of it, because blue and cyan, this color, pure blue and pure cyan, we call both of them blue, and they are as different, not as orange and as red and orange, which we call different colors. They're actually as different as red and yellow, which we see as completely different. So the word blue when it comes to colors is just ridiculously huge. Red is pretty tiny because most people call this pink. This isn't pink, this is light red. This is pink, it's a completely different color. Again, it's as different as this light green is from this yellow when it comes to spectrum. but we call them the same thing. So the names are just kind of really big shapes, like big arbitrary shapes inside like a color map, what they encompass or don't. Blue is also the strongest color that spreads the most. That's why the sky is blue. Yeah, like we refract the sky, like the sky refracts sunlight, and higher frequency colors reach us more, so we see it as blue. Actually, the highest frequency visible light is violet, but our eyes work based on cones that have like the blue, red and green cones basically, so that are optimized for different frequencies. So because it's kind of more optimized for blue, we see it as blue and not violet. It's kind of a combination. It's one of those questions, like the really simple question the kids ask, but it's actually super complicated because you need to understand the physics of light reflection as well as elaborate biology of like how your eye captures color and understands it to actually make sense of it and like fully know the answer. Like I don't even, like I gave it kind of the simplified version, but I don't even like get the full thing of why it looks blue and not violet. But it has to do with the fact that we have three cones and one of them is for blue, and it kind of does this thing where it wraps around, because also every like color, like every saturated color is like a frequency that goes between the red and the violet, but pink is actually between the red and the violet, and it only exists as like mixed frequencies that our eyes rationalize as pink. It's the only one that doesn't have a frequency just for it. Like you can't have a bunch of light in the same frequency and have it be pink. It's the only like fully saturated color that's true for. So yeah, it's really complicated because it's a mix of physics and the biology of how our eyes work. It's complicated stuff. I actually think I might just make her all with the same outline, because kind of just the skull. Nah, I'll make it different ones because I want that rule going forwards off. But most of her outline is going to be this dark brown thing. Just because her color is very brown, orange and flesh colors. So it just makes sense. And yeah, I feel like I'll probably be able to like finish this on stream. Because again, I have to do it really simply. I can't overthink this thing. I have to remember it's going to be very tiny. Then I'll remake Hollow Knight in this style for my thing. Then there's the hand. And we'll have to ask the other ones. I still have to, by the way, is anyone now in chat who knows where I can just see a list of all my subscribers? I really haven't found it. I have a list of my followers. Maybe there's an add-on to the stream that shows the subscribers. Probably is, and I can use that. Remaking the entirety of Hollow Knight in the style if you take a while. Yeah, that would take a while. But yeah, I call him Hollow Knight in the same way as like when you're talking to people, you just say Frankenstein, even though you know that's not Frankenstein. Just give your characters a name if you want people to call them what they are. Also, maybe he is Hollow Knight, even if this is the bad ending. So, technically not necessarily wrong. Yeah, I'm assuming you knew how to see the followers and not subscribers. Because, yeah. Wait, he's not called Hollow Knight? I didn't know what he called. He doesn't have a name, so people just call him the Knight. Hollow Knight is a different character. No spoilers, even though I just kind of did a spoilers, but if you don't know what I was talking about, you definitely forget that before you play Hollow Knight. You know? It's like when there's spoilers in the anime opening, but you don't really get them until the thing has already happened. Because you don't have the context for it. Unless they do it badly, like Caesar's death in JoJo Part 2, which they 100% spoiled. Bro, it's like calling Samus Metroid over again, yeah. But I do like the memes about, like, what if Metroid was a girl? Or, why can't Metroid crawl? I think Metroid crawl is very good and pertinent. Oh, Zelda was female, yeah. I think I saw someone say, again memeing, that, like using a Zero Suit Samus image, said that Samus was Metroid's girlfriend. Beat me to it, yeah. Yeah, for pretty much all of this drawing, it's just going to make sense to use brown, because always like the darkest color around every line is going to be either a brown or an orange, or like beige for skin, so they're all basically like the same saturation. There's some grays, but they're lighter, so they always kind of lose out. So there's like the white of the eyes and everything. I'm also going to use the pen for the little tunic thing. I don't know what it's called, but it kind of looks like a tunic. But yeah, give your characters a name. Like if you have an RPG where you can name your character, like have like a canon name or at least something you can refer to them as. I like that in Mother 3 the way you use the default names for the characters, which I tend to do whenever it's an option, is by saying, like they ask you what's this character's name and you say I don't care, then they just give it the canon name. Like screw your character. I still remember when I was playing Final Fantasy VI, I was leaving all the names, as I always just tended to do. But then the ninja character shows up, and I think he's literally called Shadow, or something like that, and I was like, okay, but I'll give him a name. This is just too bad to tolerate. I need to call him something else. Go. Now just the feet, which always is my least favorite part, but now I get to make them really abstracted, so it shouldn't be that bad. Even so, I'm still totally just going to copy paste it, so I only have to do it once. Today we definitely have enough people that I should raid someone, so I'm going to give you guys a chance ahead of time. If you have anyone who you want to raid, do tell me, because I often have no people I follow to raid, or it's like the same people that I've raided like 1 or 2 streams ago, and I don't like raiding the same person over and over. It's weird. Is Max Dude streaming? I mean, Max Dude's great, and I thank him for sharing my Darkstalkers thing, and I got a bunch of things, but I want to rate small streamers. Rating him is kind of like a drop in the ocean, you know? It makes no difference to him, while for a small streamer it's nice to have a raid and get a bunch of new people seeing your stream. So I tend to rate people who have between a couple and 10 people watching them in an average stream. I don't have someone to raid, never mind. My drawing, oh, if you want to show it before we end it, you can. That's fair, you're really the only person I know on Twitch, so Max the only guy who I could think of. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm asking more for people who follow. No, I assume a lot of people who follow me also follow other small art streamers. So I was hoping, maybe they knew someone who they supported and wanted to give some extra viewers to, which is always nice. like to me, a raid makes a lot of difference. Like when Orlik raided us, we doubled in viewership basically. But like a big guy, they don't even notice. It's just like a drop in the bucket. Yeah, just going to copy this foot, and then we're basically going to be done. Oh, bye Orlik. Yeah, we're almost done here. Let's see you around. There she is. Copy image, and that's pasted. But here she is. This is Neon's character, fully drawn. Isn't that much more to it. So yeah, let me just think of like constructive criticisms thing. I'll try to make this kind of quick because I'm trying to finish it soon. So yeah, unless her hair is made of something that isn't hair, like if her hair is like supposed to be like a gel or something, I don't know if that's what you're going for with like the round shapes, then it kind of makes sense. You can give the impression that something isn't really solid by having the outline be like a lighter color if it's like made of gelatin. Otherwise, again, I'd say either all colors, all outlines be colored, or none of them. Because like right now it looks like her hair is like made of gel or something. So if that's the idea, great. If not, I would say probably like do the same for every line or not. As for the shading and stuff, I'm not sure about the highlights as they are. I think like this piece would probably look better without them. Highlights are kind of tricky. Like if you do round highlights, it looks like everything's very bubbly, like everything's kind of made of round bubbles and it looks kind of wet. Like if this is a leather jacket or something, I would probably do highlights that look more like this, you know, like that go along the jacket and show the creases and stuff, so you get the right texture on it. And if it's a shiny thing, it's like an opaque thing like the skirt, if it's made of cloth, I wouldn't do highlights at all. As for the body, I just always would say like sketch your body fully before you do the piece. Make sure that you think it like flows nicely, that it looks balanced, you know, oops, before you move on to like the final art. I know this one you did it kind of quick, but it looks kind of off center, like right, it moves a bit to the side with this. Like in this case, I think just so okay, her body's kind of like this, right? So if even one of her legs was a little bit more to this side, she would look balanced. But with both her legs kind of coming this way and then her torso coming up here, she kind of looks like she'll fall over like this. So yeah, I kind of plan out the composition really early on. Like I know you kind of drew her top to bottom, and that will generally happen if you do that. So if you're doing a piece, like okay, let's sit down and do a really careful piece, definitely like draw the full character out, and then make sure that you think she looks like balanced before you move on. I'm just trying to think in diameter, so it seems really nice. Yeah, okay, I really just want to be like helpful criticism. So yeah, the lean is fine as long as her legs look like they can support her in that pose. If the legs aren't in a position that it looks like that, then it looks like she's going to fall over. So yeah, I always try to like make it clear that I'm trying to, you know, be constructive with stuff and say stuff that would help in the future. Doesn't mean that that piece is bad, it's just like things to look forward to in other pieces, to look out for in other pieces. Because yeah, any highlights that you do, like parts that are more lit, are going to give your picture a certain texture. So those really round ones gave it kind of a wet, smooth texture. That I wasn't sure was appropriate for every material that was in the composition. So there's a thing to like experiment with. Are her legs in the same level? Kind of. Alright. Oh yeah, by the way, you send me an image via Twitter, right? Or my email? Yeah, both. I usually just link them on Twitter and then send them to your email. I'll do that after the stream, thanks for the reminder. I'll use Create Got a Gem real quick, go for it. Yeah, right when I'm done with this, I'll put them into individual little things, little files, and send them as like a bunch of square files, I guess. Then I'll send them your way. Shorts, and yeah, then we just do this, oops, and then the extra line, and on to coloring. I'll just color her real quick. So the way I color like really clean line art on Photoshop is I select all on the wand, then I do refine selection to make it like super high contrast and like shift edge up, a little bit of feather and then shift that edge up, so it like bleeds into the line a little bit, and then on the separate lower layer I just do a really big brush like this. I feel like it's a little bit light for her. Guess this would be better. Then skin. Oh, I forgot a delineation in the line work. Forgot her shorts on the right side. Oop. Yeah, alright. So, skin, 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 skin. Images are fantastic, thanks, I'm glad you like it. Splash is really cute, OMG, I'm glad you like it, thanks. Yeah, oops, I forgot one skin. Here it is. Yeah, so this is the style I'm basically going to go for, like little cute drawings. Hopefully I'm going to get faster at drawing than this one took some time. Not like a crazy amount, but... Ah, I forgot another Plyachef skin, I'm so bad at this. this part's a little too narrow. Alright. Now let's go for the tunic thing. Again, I forgot a piece I meant for this one. Actually, I'll really increase this. This is probably why it didn't catch all of what I meant to. Boom, boom. So now it's more of a yellowy brown tunic. I'll try to differentiate the colors more than they are in her original design, so she's readable from far away, basically. Oh, I forgot her toes. I'm dumb. Oops. Edge. There you go. If you want, you can take some liberties, like making her straps black. Yeah, maybe. I can mess with the colors later. I can like try for a more realistic thing. One thing that I was thinking of was just making these parts, like the tights, the same exact color as the outline, so it doesn't, so it looks more unified. And then let's make these very light gray, and these, I think I'll make them black. I might just make them the same color as this. Actually, what I kind of want to change is, oops, now it's way too sensitive. Kind of want to do this, so it doesn't change as much and stands out from the leather stuff. So now brown eyes, we can just, oops, I forgot to go full color. There you go. And these are white, and so is this. And her little skull guy, oops, simple layers. It was a little bit darker, I remember. And her tail is also brown. And there she is. Now I'm wondering if I should shade it at all. I think I'll make the little dolls unshaded, probably. That way it's just kind of faster to do them. Or maybe, actually I'll try something real quick. First, I want her cheeks to be, because she has like those little line things, I wanna do like a little rosy sunburned kind of cheeks, like this. Maybe like perfect circles will be very like doll-like. Yeah. So okay, so this is the flat colors. What I'm going to try is doing like this. Like you select a thing I'm just doing this one or unsubscribe. I even have money, but I have to no way of payment. Some commission, same commissions actually. Oh, thanks. Yeah, also, you know, I don't want anybody subscribing for whom it's not like super comfortable, you know. It's not like a question just like having the money. It's like money being very much disposable, because subscription is far from a necessity. So I want you guys, you know, to respect your money and be responsible. I am okay. I will live. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's so nice that Wolf gave Neon a subscription. So before, like, if you have an idea, before, did you figure out how to give it to who you wanted to? Yeah, you can choose by clicking the name. That's so nice of you, thank you so much. Again, I hope there's a very like comfortable spending thing for you. You guys really don't need to push yourselves to support me, but I very much appreciate it. So yeah, Neon, if you like, now you have a month to figure out, yeah. So yeah, if you have the idea already, I can note it down for like what you're going to want for your doll. If not, you know, whenever you show up next, you can tell me. So yeah, I'm going to shade them like this. I'm going to give the colors like really broad fades, just to give it more of a little doll look like an icon for something, you know. So yeah, oh, she's so cute, I like her. I have a bit in mind, but I'll send you later to Twitter or Discord. Probably Discord, it's easier. Sure, I'm not that great about checking Discord, but yeah, hopefully I'll see it, and if I don't, you know, you can just mention it on stream. So we are done here for today. It was adorable, by the way, thank you. We are done. I need to find someone to raid so I can package up and send the commission that we finished earlier. So by the way, I had a commission question I asked before you started streaming. Oh, and if it is comfortable talking about it here, or if you prefer to be bugged about it. No, any subject is pretty much fine in streaming. I noticed I had a Twitter message, but I don't want to stop the stream to like check messages, so I'll check it now, and it's probably easier to do it like later through Twitter, because I'll be eating and like I'll have my phone. Ask myself if I want one of my characters or something related to a game I'm currently into. Yeah, it's up to you. I find that like original characters are good to like represent you, right? Because like this is kind of your little mark on the stream. Yeah, I have no artists online. Oh no, I'll browse art real quick. I don't follow anyone who's on after me because I'm usually not able to watch streams either at this point. Whomst should I raid? This person's running a cool frog. Let's see what's up with them. I'll have to like pause Hollow Knight so I can listen to the stream, see if they're talking. Cool, like salamander thing. Let's see what's going on here. What's this dude's drawing? Oh, it's no audio. But I don't know. It's a cute monster thing. We're kind of short on time. His little drawing for like his profile is kind of a JoJo thing. So let's go. Slash raid this guy. I don't know them, but let's hope they're cool. I like the little salamander monster. Oh, I think like actually it's like a Bulbasaur, a really stylized Bulbasaur.
Still haven't slept, dude. What are you doing?
Looks cool. Let's go over there. Thank you guys so much as always for dropping by. I'll check your messages now, send the commissions, everything real quick. And thanks again. Bye.